Can you wait for him? Sure. In the interest of time, I would just like to outline the process that we will follow now moving forward. My understanding is that we will break up into sectoral convenings, and they will work as follows. I will announce this again in the interest of everyone joining us hearing the information. The intention is to break up into sectoral convenings. Those sectoral convenings will be broken up in the first instance as they were on the screen, but everyone who was not represented and registered their interest in convening a sectoral meeting should then remain behind so that we can allocate you space to meet. So I'm just going to repeat that information. We will wait until the acting president arrives. We will then proceed to break up into sectoral clusters, the clusters that appeared on the screen. Anybody whose cluster was not represented is requested to remain such that a room can be allocated for your sectoral convening. I do want to take special note then that there were notes that were left as the conversation was proceeding. The taxi industry would also like to be noted. We have in the room with us the South African Taxi Drivers Workers Union. Kindly rise for the entrance of the acting president. Yes, I've been briefed. No, I will. Oh, okay. No problem. I will just call you. Yeah. Can I ask those that are still standing to please make your way to a seat? Before we move ahead, I have outlined just briefly how we will proceed with this afternoon. I'm just recognizing those sectors that approached me and asked to be listed, again to say that we will never finish this list, but I just want to recognize those that have given me notes. The military veterans, with due respect, have been asked to be recognized in this room as well. I think those are the ones that I've received. I received technology as a sector, and the speaker will forgive me, I forget the second sector that you represented. In the interest of time, I'm going to ask for Mandisa and Poichoko to please present to us the way forward.
Thank you so much. We understand that some of the delegates have decided to already go into breakaway sessions due to the miscommunication and misunderstanding. We are going to go into breakaway sessions, but we just wanted to explain what's going to be happening in those breakaway sessions so that we'll all have clarity. We've taken the inputs of the room saying that some formations / sectors are not yet ready to make a decision right now around who they're going to have as their steering committee nominee. What we've decided to do is that we're going to allow a period of 2 weeks post this convening for those sectors to make that decision. Now, there is a process, right? So how that's going to work is that you're going to go back into your breakaway sessions and you're going to decide how you're going to come up with 2 or 3 names from each of your sector. Those people will then be part of a steering committee or subcommittees of the steering committee, as we had with the previous PTT. It wasn't just an executive structure, it was also a media and comms group, a content development group, etc., etc. So those sectors are going to decide on 2 or 3 nominees to put into that process, right? Those 2 or 3 nominees, you are going to go now back and say, us as a sector, we are going to meet virtually or physically over the next 2 weeks. We are going to make sure we include not just necessarily the people that were in this room, but there was complaints to say that there were people that are not in the room that we haven't had access to. This is the time to bring them into the conversation. So if you know, for example, that you come from the sex worker sector and we had several organizations that we left out, it is now your responsibility to make sure that you bring them into the conversation. And once you've brought them into the conversation, you will then bring us those 3 names, right? It can be 1, but it's up to 3, right? So the suggestion now is that we spend the next 30 minutes going into, you don't need to go into a breakaway room. Some people have already done so. You can even just go caucus outside if you know who you are as a sector, and you can meet together and come up with who is going to be your liaison person / organization that is going to be giving us the feedback of your process. So let's say, for example, you are the land sector. You are going to choose Abahlali Basemjondolo, for example, to be your representatives, and then they will then tell us, on behalf of the land sector, these are our 3 delegates that we did, and we did this particular process in order to get there. The only ask from our side is that this process be made public. So if you are going to, for example, have a meeting, that meeting must be available to people online who want to join so that they can see the transparency within the process. I hope this works for everyone. BD, is there anything you'd like to add?
As long as it's clear, I think it's fine.
Are we clear? Is there any confusion? Okay, there seems to be confusion. Okay, I will take those 2 questions at the top. Sorry, okay, I apologize. So 1, 2, 3. Sorry, he's got the mic. The mic that isn't working. Can we get some technological assistance, please? Or if possible, can you just use your sharp steward voice? Yes.
Good afternoon. My name is Tau Haramanuba. I'm from Limpopo. I'm representing the Rastafari Nation Council. It's a council that represents 26 organizations of Rastafari and 7 orders of the Church of His Majesty, or what we call the Churches of Rastafari. I did state yesterday that we are a significant minority of about 3 million Rastafari in this country. So we would like to humbly request that we be defined as Rastafari, not grouped with faith-based communities, not grouped with any other groupings, because faith play a smaller role within that. But also we are one of communities that are still very much historically marginalized. Like for instance,
I'm going to have to cut you off, I'm sorry. And the reason being, not because what you're saying is invalid. We have a process, it's my fault, maybe I didn't communicate it. Those that don't find themselves in the sectors can stay in the room and we'll dialogue with you around how we're going to find a way to include you. So if you are not represented by the sectors that have been articulated, please stay in the room and the team will dialogue with you around how we'll find a way for you to
Can I say my last 2 points?
We're not dialoguing. If we're trying to come up with the process.
I'm not dialoguing. I raised the hand so that there was three points I needed to reflect on. One is representation. And then the second one is about these modalities that was suggested here, that we should not exceed 50. And which, in my view, I find that half of the social movement or civil society movement that are here are already speaking on behalf of the process. So therefore there's overrepresentation on that side. So we're having a National Assembly of 400 people, so it shouldn't be a problem to have a steering committee as widely representative as possible than to be limiting it to a particular number, to say it's 50 or so. As long as there is broad inclusivity, broad representation, I think we're happy with that.
You were noted, comrade. Oh, okay, it's fine. No, go ahead. That's also fine. All right, point of process taken. Please do go to your breakaway rooms. I noted on that one, that is a very valid point. I just also want to make it very clear that this is a 100% voluntary situation. No one is going to get remuneration for their time. You will not be paid to do this work. So it is going to be up to you and your organizations and your personal pockets how you fund your participation in this process. I just want to make it very clear so that when you go back and you make decisions, it's also based on your ability to participate without necessarily needing compensation.
Okay, colleagues. Okay, can somebody flash those sectors here? Who was flashing the sectors? Okay, colleagues, comrades, can some, we want to ask in the following manner. Colleagues, comrades, and compatriots, we want to ask, because I hope the process is very clearer. The process is clearer that after the process that we are going to do, which were outlined by comrade here, you'll also have a person who will be the contact person to assist in that process. Ne? You explained that, ne? Yes, yes. Now, we are asking that I don't know, you can be able to see them from far away. Yeah. The first one is labor and trade unions. Can they go to the Senate Hall? Comrades, I thought we have just agreed about the process. Can labor and trade unions go to the Senate? Civic movement, colleagues, I know dialogue is a very difficult thing, but can we hear each other? Civic movements and local service delivery is Miriam Makeba Hall. Political parties, K. Matthews Hall, which is ZK Matthews Hall. National, provincial, and local governance, Hall 1H, you can see. Faith-based organizations, exam hall IA. Traditional and Khoisan. Colleagues, are we hearing each other or you can see here? You can see. Those who do not feel accommodated here, please can you come on this side so that we can dialogue. Colleagues, be back here precisely 30 minutes. What will be the time?
30 minutes. So that will be at 10 past 3.
Can we be back here by 10 past 3?
So the function only go good, the function only for now.
How many are there? How many could they do?